7,440 pounds, new at the time of this filming, new floor plan actually, 3310 Bunkhouse from Highland Ridge here at Highland RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Actually, what's interesting is this layout is not necessarily new to us, it's new to Highland Ridge. The originator of this floor plan is actually the Keystone Passport 3350 bunkhouse that we have here at Highland's, and I'm very glad to see another new take on it. They're two, despite having a similar layout, they're two very different RVs. They have very different qualities. And I really enjoy always having an A-B choice to present to people because not everybody, one size doesn't fit all. That's the best way I can say it. One size doesn't fit all. So how does this differ? By the way, if you want to see if we have this in stock and available, all you need to do is check the link in the video description. It says check for price and availability. You're one click away from seeing what we have in stock, how it is equipped, and what we're asking with clearly published pricing and no hidden dealer fees. If you don't see it on our website, then we're sold out and we're getting more. Give us a call, we'll let you know when and how much that one's gonna run. So how is this different again? This is, we're a Passport, which is funny because you can see a bunch of new arrivals right there from Passport. Where a Passport is a very intelligent money, slick, streamlined. This is a very high feature, high equipped, very loaded Ultralite. So there's a very significant price gap between them, but there's a very significant feature gap between them. And I think they're equivalent value RVs. I want to show you why this one, what it does well, because the Highland Ridge stuff, they do a lot of things very different. It's what I like about them here at Highland RV. They're different from our Coachmans and our Rockwoods and our Jaycos and our Winnies and everything else. Stuff like this. Aluminum molded corner screw trim instead of plastic screw trim. It will not shrink and expand from sun exposure and deteriorate over time. You know, a lot of brands use the bigger propane tanks, power awning, power tongue jack. I'm not going to talk too much about the stuff everybody does here. I want to talk about things like a PVC roof membrane up top versus rubber or TPO. What's great about that? Why do I care? Well, or why do you care? Well, it doesn't require any specific maintenance to maintain its own warranty. It is more UV reflective. It doesn't deteriorate in the sun, so you don't get black streaks building up. It doesn't promote the growth of black algae, which again cuts down on black streaks. I like the glossy skin on this. That's really reflecting well. Pardon me as I slip through my Indiana Jones corridor of RVs here. We've had a lot of new things come in today, and we're short on space. We are a high volume, high stocking dealer. That gives us high levels of high discount. So if you're looking for high adventure and high times, then head on down and say hi. Anyway, so talked all about the roofing. Now you can see that very aggressively double vaulted roof up here. It is great for the fact that it does not, it's vaulted inside and outside, so it maintains an equivalent insulation thickness all the way around. It doesn't have a thermal gap on the side. Now if you look right down the side of this, you can see how the front slide sticks out further than this one. That's because your main slides on all Highland Ridge RVs are the deepest of anything in their class. That is a class-leading 39-inch deep slide versus a traditional 36 or smaller slide out. So that's one of those more exclusive features that they have here. And exclusive features and Highland Ridge go together like peanut butter and jelly. And if you don't like peanut butter and jelly, then pick two things that go together, and it's like that. Backup camera, ready? Not a problem. Solar panel, ready? Not a problem. These are all prepped for all those extra add-ons and whatnot. We have added a bumper mount grill to this specific camper, which is why you see that bumper bracket right there. It will always have the grill quick connect, and what's nice is it has a separate rear quick connect to differentiate from the one that goes to that stovetop right there. So you got a standard stovetop and then prep for bumper mount grill, which we've applied here. But again, the one that we have in stock could be equipped differently from this one for whatever reason or another. So always check our website, call our guys, see what we have. Full-size outside kitchen, and they've done an awesome job here. A lot of brands have outside kitchens, so why am I talking about this? Well, how about dual full extension plywood boxed drawers? How about the fact that they actually finish the drawers and they round these off and sand these off so that you don't get splinter fingers all the time? How about the fact we got the nicer aluminum countertops and a real sink that actually has a real drain? How about TV hookups? How about the bigger outside refrigerator? How about appliance hookups so that if you want to bring a blender or whatever, phone charger out here, you can do all that. They do everything in this outside kitchen. Bathroom direct entry door, Creeps a lot of people out who are new to the RV industry, because why does it have a door straight to the outside? And aren't I going to lose my privacy if someone opens that door? So first of all, this will cut down on so much dirt and foot traffic through your camper, it's not even funny. Secondly, no, you're not going to lose any privacy because you have a deadbolt. That's what's nice. Now, here's another thing I've noticed on the Highlands lately. Not a lot of brands do this. Some do, some don't. But you have a locking interior bathroom door. I point that out because I've really started to notice that is not normal. That's actually more of the exception to the rule. Now, it's not a hyper-exclusive feature. There are more than one RV manufacturer that does that. But I want to point that out where I see it now, because that's a cool thing. It saves you from spending $8 at the hardware store later. This is going to ride well. Equiflex, there we go, shock dampening suspension system, so it doesn't bounce and jiggle going down the road. This will help soak up that shocky jerkiness when you're going down the road. And the heavier duty aluminum steps, they're not going to have the corrosion issues of potential steel steps. They're brighter. You can see them at night, and they're not as slippery when they're wet. That's an awesome feature. I can tell you that from personal experience. I have slipped on steel steps in RVs doing these videos. It is not fun. Thankfully, I've never taken too bad of a spill, but I can imagine it's happened. Now, you got your quick solar portable preps port, portable prep port. There you go, if alliteration is a thing. Right up front here. And we do carry those panels here at Highland RV, I don't know, somewhere 575, 600 or something like that. And I showed you earlier, but a quick redrop on this big full pass-through storage, and that's actually motion-sensitive lighting. I just don't have my battery turned on right now. Otherwise, when you approach the door, if it's open, it'll kick on. But especially once you open the door, it'll sense that movement and open for you. Now, your awning is easy tilt. Literally, just 2 fingers can adjust that. The speakers are built into the awning head right up there. So when the awning, right now the speakers are pointing over here toward this trailer, but when the awning's out, they point down. So there's never really any, big, loud annoyance things. Now, you may not have noticed, but these are anti-slam friction doors with adjustable hinges. So if you want more or less tension, you can customize them to your level of preference. Let's peek inside, shall we? Right when you walk inside, bang, one switch, whole cabin lighting, lights it up like a Christmas tree in here, and that open feeling vaulted ceiling really makes this thing look, feel, breathe bigger. It also helps that we have that class-leading deepest slide out in the ultralight business. And notice here's another unique feature on the Highlands here at Highland RV, unique in the industry, not just here. Carpetless, floor flush slide out. This is a completely carpetless camper. And you'll find that up through a lot of their fifth wheels even. This is another one of those innovative things Highland has done. Here's another thing they have done. So not only is the slide deeper, is it carpetless, but it's quieter in here because we have a whisper quiet, centrally ducted air system. The air conditioner is actually located right here. But these dual air return vents knock down and baffle the noise so that it's only 70 to 90% it's 70 to 90% quieter. So it only makes 10 to 30% of the noise of a traditional air conditioner. These are basically exclusive features to the Highland Ridge RV family. And that's what I mean when I say that every RV is the best for a different reason. This brand has invested a lot into very cutting edge, thinking forward, non-traditional features. And if you like them, well, there's really no other snake bite like it, guys. But not everybody needs all that, and that's why we carry different brands here. So they're all the best in a different way. Let's go back to the living room, and we'll swing back through the kitchen on the other way through. So your big super slide right here, this is something that we like to put in here whenever we can. You don't need another hide-a-bed in a big bunkhouse like this. Plus, a trifold hide-a-bed can kind of come pretty close to pinching off the RV, and it's hard to get through. Although with this being a deeper slide-out, that would be less of an issue if you prefer a hide-a-bed. We'll build you one, not a problem. This is not bolted down, it's not cemented to the floor, it can be exchanged. But here we have a dual reclining theater seat, and it's facing right next to your entertainment center, so mom and dad, you get a king and queen's throne. That's what we like about this. Now, you still want to have family dinner time, and that's why we still have a nice little booth set up over here. And I love the simple, intelligent, freestanding leg system on here. Now, they could have spent, they don't spend, let me start over. I'm jumping around too much in my head. This is not an inexpensive ultralight. This is actually one of the more expensive lightweight brands on the market because, again, it is so feature heavy. However, they don't spend money stupidly. So they could have gone with a more expensive elliptical dinette base here, and those things are great, don't get me wrong. But this much less expensive pair of like $40 folding legs as opposed to like a $250 elliptical base It does the same thing. The table's free floating. I can take it outside, inside. I can move it around. It can be island space. I can fold it down, get it out of the way. It's a thermal foil pressed membrane countertop, just like the kitchen and bathrooms that I haven't even talked about yet. So it is seamless and waterproof. You can take it outside, even on a little bit of an inclement day, no problem. So they're smart about how they spend money. They found a lesser expensive way to accomplish everything equally well. Like sometimes people ask me in the past there, well, if it's, because this has an all aluminum skeleton, we're walking on tongue and groove plywood floor decking. On the roof, you have tongue and groove plywood floor decking, which like Jayco's one of the only other brands that do that. Very few brands actually put plywood in the roof. A lot of brands still don't put plywood in the floor, more than in the roof though. But people say in the pass-through or under the dinette, well, those are not aluminum framed. Why'd they get stupid? Why'd they cut the corner? And the answer is they didn't cut the corner. They tried building it that way. What they found is that they weren't decreasing weight. What they found is that they were only increasing cost by doing so. So again, they try to appoint this intelligently. There's a lot of thought process and design that goes into us, and a ton of customer feedback is involved down at Highland. They're very good about listening to feedback. Like the bigger countertop, the L-shaped peninsula right here. This is fantastic, and they didn't waste a bit of it. A little bit of packaging from the TV there, but you can see they didn't waste an ounce of this. You can get to every square inch of that storage, and there's plenty of drawers on the other side. So those are just big bonus pots, pans drawers. I mentioned how these are pressed membrane thermal foil. That allows for the opportunity for a stainless recessed sink. A little bit of winterization antifreeze juice going on in here. People who've never been camping before, I go, somebody spilled a Kool-Aid in one of your campers. I'm sorry, I couldn't clean it up. That's because it's antifreeze. You have power outlets under the cabinets up here, by the way, for appliances. Big kitchen breeze window on there, too. That I do really enjoy. You've also got a bigger refrigerator than industry standard. Normal travel trailers have a 6 cubic foot fridge freezer. This has a 33% larger 8 cubic foot. They are not the only ones that do it. It's very common nowadays, but it is still not standard. It's still, 50-50. Your upper brands seem to use them versus your price-effective brands. There's nothing wrong with a 6 cubic foot fridge. This just gives you more cold storage. And again, crazy good drawer space. The big drawer below the stove is something they do at Highland all over. I do not know of another lightweight brand that does that across the board. They do that across the board at Highland. They don't ever not do that. So this is very cool in that it is a bath and a half model. And you've got that direct entry half bath outside. But back here, what this is going to become for you, this is your guest bathroom. This is where the children, the guests, the unwashed masses can enjoy a moment of respite. Sorry, apparently I've been Dungeons and Dragoning too much, whatever. Anyway, so even here in the half bath, and not even the main bathroom, we still have the better countertops. We still have a deep recessed stainless sink. They went all the way here. Again, they didn't cut the corner. Now, they don't use floor heated vents. They use cabinet heated or ducted heating so that you don't have any extra like penetrations or cuts in the floor where cold weather could maybe cold crack a floor. Not nearly the problem it used to be. It's exceptionally rare now, but basically they've eliminated the threat, the potential here in this one. It also keeps like dirt, debris, M&M's, Skittles, paper clips from getting into the floor. So I should back up. Very full private sliding door rear bunk room. It's a bunk room, not just bunks off the room. And here's another one of these things. They were doing this in the 3110 Bunkhouse open range or Highland Ridge Ultralite here at Highland RV. That little eat and go kid dinette. That is a hyper popular feature because on a rainy day you can shut this door. The kids can have their own little hangout space back here. That can fold down into an extra sleeper. And actually this folds down into a bigger bed than a traditional bunk would because you can see how the dinette booth sticks out of the slide a little bit. Your overhead bunk here can flip up and lock in place. You see that little latch space right there. Notice overhead breeze window. They didn't cut that corner either. This is 50 amp service. If you choose to add a second air conditioner, it would install right here. And those are things we can do for you in our parts and service center here at Highland RV. This is what I call a 50% larger big kid upper bunk. So it's actually a deeper bunk, very good for taller kids to like sleep crosswise. I like that we actually have a ladder so you don't have to throw the kids to the upper bed. They can clamber their own way up there. And great storage in this bunkhouse. You've got dual hanging storage in here. You see one of them there. There's another one right on the other side of the entertainment center with all kinds of good drawer space below. Again, more full extension plywood box drawers. They're all sanded off so no one gets splinters. All the rooms, again, not just your main living area, they still all use the nicer hidden hinge cabinetry. So when she is closed up, it just has a sleek, clean, streamlined look. Now, another thing they do at Highland Ridge that I really enjoy here at Haylett is they have residential style air conditioning. It's called racetrack ducting. It loops around. You get cyclical airflow, which is exactly what they do with their underbelly. This has that forced air heated enclosed insulated belly. But it actually has a hot air return, so they don't just force hot air into the underbelly via the furnace pump. They actually, it recycles. It cycles through the RV, so you get air flow in the underbelly. That's something not usually found in lightweight trailers. Additionally, the thermal package on this matches what they do in their fifth wheels. So it doesn't just have an enclosed heated belly. It has an insulated belly, insulated slide, insulated roof, insulated nose. That is extra stuff. That's what I mean by not price sensitive, but feature heavy ultralight. 7,700 pounds is still far less than a lot of conventionally built campers with this layout too. And again, that like angular entertainment center here, you're going to love having a theater seat in this. So this is a bunkhouse where on a rainy day, mom and dad get this whole room to themselves. And then you get to kind of meet the kids in the middle before you send them back to the private bunk room where I'm standing right now. Moving forward, let's check out Mom and Dad's master bath. This is where the guests and the kids don't go. Well, it's shower time, obviously, but shower, not a tub, not a tub. Tubs are stupid, you know? Well, I mean, these things, they don't hold enough water to, like, take a bath. And if you're just going to hose off a baby or whatever, you don't need a tub. You can do that anywhere. It doesn't take a lot of water. And again, big countertop and big recessed stainless sink that adults can get their hands into. I like the radius corner shower, and the skylight is perfectly positioned so that tall people like me can actually stand in there without hitting their heads. The radius shower is great. It eats up that corner nicely. Plus, when the doors split open in the middle like that, you don't have to back up and like try to trip over the toilet. This nice porcelain foot flush toilet is not in your way when you're in and out of there. And look at the size of that linen cabinet. You actually get linen storage galore in the bedroom of this, or bathroom, because I'm standing in the bedroom, so bedroom's in my head. So here, easy lift under bed storage. Again, not every lightweight has that. They spent the extra money on the struts because it needs to be there. It's a smart, intelligent feature. Notice plywood decking under that. And then when we flip this down, flickety-split, you see that extra little cushion. And I've not seen that in any other brand anywhere. I'm sure maybe somebody else uses it, but this is a convertible queen. As they are looking at it right now, it's a 74-inch, the shorter camp queen, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, you can stuff that 6-inch spacer block up there, or you can replace the mattress to achieve a full 80-inch walk-around residential queen. And it will have plenty of walk-around space because they left plenty of room to do that. They built this with the room of an 80-inch, but not everybody needs it. Some people want a bigger bedroom to walk around. Now you've got dual side stands. You got outlets. This side also maintains USB plugs for appliances. Handy little laundry chute. There we go. That's like one of those try to say it 3 times fast things. Big cross breach windows here in the bedroom, and if you're so inclined, you can throw a TV up here. There's also extra vent in the bedroom, and it's right next to power sources. So, if you want to, what you can do with this is you could very easily install like an extra 12-volt ceiling fan or something up here and get some crazy good airflow for mom and dad up front too. It's hard to say what this thing doesn't do. This is a very feature-loaded RV. A lot of times, people ask in other trailers, well, why don't they do this or that? And usually the answer is, well, cost. They're trying to keep the RV less expensive. That's not the concern with these guys. They're like, okay, what can we do that's freaking awesome, man? And they do it all. So, give us a ring, because you know what? We do it all here at Haylett RV. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, everything in between. Slice, dice, Julienne, we deliver, we do everything. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.